we got you guys some Dallas Cowboys news. Practice has kicked off. The joint practice with the Rams out there in Oxnard. What's happening? A lot of stuff going on the Twitter sphere.
Looks like Turpin's having a pretty good day catching the football, huh?
From what it looks like on the Twitter highlights, on the outside looking in, Cavante Turpin seems to be your guy right now. I've seen at least 3 catches of over 20 yards. I've seen a crossing route. I've seen a comeback route. And I've seen a little bit of like a little dig route. All of them, he catches and has some yards after the catch. So if you're buying in the Turpin stock, if you want to grab him like the 9th round of your fantasy draft, or you're just a fan of Cavante Turpin, I think you're going to be sitting pretty this year. He did get knocked out trying to catch one pass. Kitchens, the safety for the Rams, gave him a nice little blow and made sure that he did not catch the ball. So Cavante Turpin did have that one drop, but then he followed it up with the 3 20-yard gains. If you're wondering about Jake Ferguson, he had a nice catch up the sideline. It looked like a little swing route. He caught and took it up for about 20, 25 yards. But the highlight of the day came early in practice as Joe Milton threw a 65-yard bomb in the breadbasket to Brooks, our boy Jalen Brooks. It is a stampede for who is going to be in this wide receiver room and get a bunch of reps outside of outside of CD and Pickens. Turpin's fighting for a spot, not spot on the roster, but spot to get a lot of reps. Tolbert's fighting for his spot. Trayshawn Holden's put his name in there. Obviously, Brooks has put his name in there. Mingo was phenomenal in all the stuff we saw in the summer. I think it's going to be a very fun battle to see who is getting those wide receiver 3 reps. Because we know they're going to be doing a lot of 11 personnel. We know there's going to be times where we got 2 tight ends with 12 personnel with Schoonmaker in there. And Brian even mentioned maybe even a little bit of 13 personnel as well. So I'm really excited to see what the Dallas Cowboys can do on offense, especially with all these little training camp and videos coming out. It looks like Cavante Turpin's found himself a spot in the offense.
Yeah, the thing with Turpin is, and it's fascinating by him, that he's now being used as a down-the-field player, as a wide receiver. When you start to talk about the 11 personnel stuff, he is getting some work because this coach has a plan for him, and he's putting him in the backfield, he's putting him in trips formation, he's bringing him in motion, he's putting him in the backfield. He's looking at a lot of different opportunities to use him. And in these practices, we've seen him, like I say, make plays down the field as a wide receiver. That's a positive sign for him.
Jalen Tolbert also caught a little screen pass with Pickens throwing a lead block. And Jalen Tolbert was thrown about 7 yards to the sideline by the Rams defender, but he did get a nice little 8-9 yard gain. Nice to see Jalen Tolbert getting some reps out there. And then John Machota tweeting 5 minutes ago, a lot of run plays. And then he says, not much happening as it is Javonte Williams running up the middle for no gain. Nick Harris also put Rams D-line versus Cowboys O-line. Rams D-line has won almost every play.
Wow, that is not a good sign at all then. Not a good sign at all.
Nick Harris also did the due diligence of letting us know which guys are not practicing today, so then when we're making fun of people or making fun of position groups,
well, it looks like they're down in a red zone period here is what it looks like right now, because they're down. Let's see and it looks like that Williams is in the backfield. I wish a lot of Javonte
I've been seeing.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder what's going on with that. Here's a pass, Prescott to the corner.
Looks like we got a touchdown.
Yep. Yeah, Dak is. I wonder who he threw it to.
I'm going to go Pickens.
That was poor camera angling right there.
Yeah, they're like showing the back
Let's see who he's shaking hands with. I can't tell. I'm sure we'll get a clip of it from somebody.
So Nick Harris these are the guys that are not practicing. No Miles Sanders today, as we see him in a hoodie. No Tyler Guyton today.
There's Tyler Guyton right there standing there talking to Steele.
Yep. No Tyler Guyton in practice today. No Deuce Vaughn. No Micah, of course. No Revel. No Brian Spanford, who is out of the boot, though. Brian Spanford is out of the boot, but he will not be practicing. Brevin, but will not be practicing. No Overshown, of course. No Josh Butler. No Trayvon Diggs. No Justin Barron, and no Wanye.
Oh, there's a touchdown right there. Hunter Lipke, they powered that thing inside right there. That was a good job. That was probably from about the 5-yard line. That was a good inside run there with Hunter Lipke. They handed him the ball. Shotgun set. Will Greer. So it was Will Greer took the snap and inside handoff. And Hoffman and that crew up front was able to get some good push. There was a nice hole inside there. It was TJ Bass over at that left guard spot as well.
So kind of an interesting O-line spot that they've got with no Guyton.
Well, this is the second offensive line.
Second O-line in here?
Offensive line, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to keep you guys updated on everything that's happening at Dallas Cowboys campus. They are doing the joint practice with the Rams. Nick Harris tweeting
Blue just got an opportunity there, and he looked like he was stopped. They didn't get any kind of push off that right side there. That would be boy, I wish I could run these things back. But yeah, it's over there. Charles is on that right side over there. Let's see if 72 breaks a huddle at right tackle, that's Lyle Collins, but really nothing good over off that right side. It looks like this is clearly the second offensive line for sure.
Before they went into the red zone, Nick Harris tweeting out a video, CeeDee Lamb running a corner route, and he was about as open as my arms are to the staph infection, wide open. Dak Prescott finds him for a CeeDee Lamb touchdown, and then we get another red zone touchdown as well?
Another red zone touchdown. This is Blue going off the left side right there, and they got some Adeniji, and those guys were able to get some push over there and make that happen. Good job by Bass and Hoffman as well. It looks like the first offensive line is now back in, so Dak Prescott, they're working on this goal line period here. And it looks, I would have to say they're probably at the 5-yard line or so. It looks pretty close to what they're doing.
I love how we're getting some camera angles. I feel like you don't usually get the live. We just get the highlights.
Yeah.
But NFL Network is showing a pretty live view of practice. Now, it's not the best camera angle you've ever seen. And also, is this Turpin? Okay, I thought Turpin's in the backfield. He's just
talking to Will Greer. They're going to check this thing. They're going to go shotgun off this. And let's see what happens now. It's Booker. They slide the protection. Picked up well. There's your fade. Oh.
And it looks like Pickens just caught it in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, he did. Pickens did. They're going to probably call. Let's see if he pushed off.
We got an instant replay.
Maybe Pickens is saying, yeah, it's a touchdown, bro. Yeah, that was a nice job. It's like Lamb was running inside. This is what we've seen. Lamb on the inside underneath, and then Pickens on the outside.
A little motion, too.
Yeah, a little motion here, trying to get things kind of situated.
I like this. Both these guys on the same side of the field. What are you going to do?
They've been working on that. Here's a throw to the other side now.
So you have CD on the right side of your screen, motions right next to right under the tackle, goes right back out to that slot position, same side as George Pickens. They had just scored a touchdown on that play, the one me and Brian were talking about with the flag. They didn't call the next play. On the left side of the field, we don't know who it was. Maybe Tolbert, maybe
it looked like to me
Mingo.
There was no reaction from the Cowboys, so it was probably an incomplete.
But the fact that they're able to do motion on one side, you've got CD and George on the same side, and then Dak is in shotgun and looks to his left, opposite of your two main guys, and throws to, we couldn't see in the camera angle, we're going to assume Mingo or something. And they're able to get one-on-one. That's going to be deadly.
Yeah, here's Prescott under center, Hunter Lipke in the backfield now, and I'm going to guess this is probably going to be a run play. They're probably going to try and push this thing. Hunter Lipke on the handoff, cut. Yeah, touchdown right there. Hunter Lipke said he tried to press.
Jump cut.
Yeah, he did. He tried to press that thing hard to his left, and then get behind that over there on that side. Smith to that side. I don't know if that was Smith over there. I think that was Hoffman playing at that spot. Smith might not be practicing. Let's see if we get the ones. Yeah, Hoffman right now is playing the left guard, and. So it looks like they might have blown the horn here, so that might be the end of the period.
Turpin's been getting chippy.
Yeah, he has been a little
Turpin's getting in there.
Yeah.
I love to see Cavante Turpin being interactive. Nick Harris letting us know that George Pickens has been having himself a day as well. Back-to-back tough crowds before we even got into the red zone period that Brian's giving you live coverage of.
Right.
Jared Verse has been having himself a day with his Cowboys O-line. He said Nick Harris said Jared Verse has been living in the backfield. Feels like he's getting through every play.
Yeah, that's that left. We talk about with Nate Thomas over there, and we'll right now Nate Thomas. The ones are back. It looks like to me that no Smith, so it's at the Hoffman
at left guard
is playing the left guard spot right now. Play action. Dak has to scramble, and he's just going to throw it away. He's just going to throw it away.
I will say this. You were out there in person. How mobile does Dak look? Because to me, it looks like he's moving around.
No, he looks really, really mobile in this period. Actually, I say in this period, but overall, he's looked really, really mobile. When he's had to kind of duck, step forward, run through the line, he's done a good job with that. He looks like that the mobility factor is pretty good. Again, Nate Thomas playing your left tackle, Brock Hoffman playing the left guard. No Smith today. That'd be Booker at the right guard, and here's the throw. Dak again having to scramble. He wants to work inside. Oh, throws it just wide. Looks like a flag. Looks like a flag.
To?
It looked like that.
CD.
Yeah, it looked like CD was probably working.
Looked like a little zig route.
Yeah, well, he was breaking in. He was outside left, breaking in, and then broke to the outside because Dak kind of directed him that way.
Put his foot in the ground, and they both ran to the pylon.
And then Dak threw it a little wide there. But I think they probably got maybe a holding call. We couldn't see it, but it looked like that CD was starting inside and then broke outside.
Nick Harris tweeting, it has not been pretty on either side of the ball for the Cowboys today against the Rams, having big struggles in the trenches.
Okay. And then Will Grier just ran one in, just a straight handoff, or not a handoff, excuse me, just a direct quarterback snap. So, and now they skip away.
Are we going to get, why is Will Grier getting these reps in front of Joe Milton?
Maybe they had a period where Joe Milton got some before. Will Grier does not get a whole lot of work, so he's probably, they're trying to maybe also too that fact that you're going to see a lot of Joe Milton in that game on Saturday.